Hello, good afternoon. This is Facebook Live, Fans Made Facebook Live. And this is the preview of Manchester United versus Arsenal. And the match is slated for tomorrow, which is 4th of September 2002, and it's 4:30 p.m. So we're doing the preview today for the show of tomorrow. And then before I proceed, I am your host, Dennis Kosher. I will remain in the studio as some special, good-looking, handsome analyst. From my right-hand side is
Alfred Abebe.
Welcome to the show, Mr. Alfred.
Thank you.
And from my left,
Agada Sunday Evans.
okay, I got us on the Evans. What club do you support?
I'm an Arsenal fan,
Okay.
ardent Arsenal fan.
Okay, an Arsenal fan, Mr. Alfred.
Manchester United.
Wow, it's going to be like a great day in the studio today. Mr. Alfred is for Manchester United, and Sunday I got Evans is for Arsenal. And before we proceed, it's we are on Val. Everton is 1-0 versus Liverpool. Everton 1, Liverpool 0. The VAR is yet to confirm the goal, so we are holding on to the verification and confirmation from that end. And like I said, tomorrow is slated for Manchester United versus Arsenal is slated for 4:30 p.m. Nigerian time. You know, two of the England most important teams are to square up at Old Trafford tomorrow to close up the action on the match, the 6th Premier League season, as Manchester United play host to EPL leaders Arsenal. Arsenal is seated on the first of the log, and then Manchester United is 5th on the log. Arsenal continues with their great and perfect record in the Premier League. Will be looking to extend their winning records to 6 games. Arsenal is 5 over 5. Manchester United is 3 over 5, winning 3 of their last Premier League games. They lost 2 of their first Premier League games, while Arsenal is on fire. And scoring an enormous victory to the road against their most heated rivals, Manchester United. Will Manchester United be the team to hand Arsenal their first lose or defeat of the season, or will they go on cruise to yet another 3 points? That is our topic for discussion, and then I will give room to the host, because Manchester United is hosting Arsenal at Old Trafford, and they need to be like nice and courtesy demands and start with Manchester United. So on the other hand, I'm going with Mr. Alfred Abebe. How or what do you have to react to this decision?
Thank you for inviting me to the studio once again.
You're welcome. So you hold up a little bit. As Everton versus Liverpool, the goal has been cancelled, so it's still a direct draw, goalless, 0-0 at the end.
Alright, before I go on, I'd like to give kudos to the current Arsenal team and their coach. They're actually doing really well. I think they've surprised everybody, me included. But then, as you all know, they are coming to the theater of dreams, where everything is possible.
Yeah.
We've had a new coach, and he's trying to instill his discipline and his kind of play into the team, which we've seen in the past 3 matches we've been playing. Manchester United is a team to beat this season, and I think by come tomorrow, Arsenal are going to find that out the hard way, possibly.
Okay. That's a very huge one from the defensive end of Manchester United. Fan analyst, Mr. Alfred Abebe. And then on my left-hand side is Agada Evans. What do you have to say?
Yeah, thank you very much for this opportunity. I think it's going to be an easy ride for Arsenal.
Okay.
Mayu, I can say, is just a resurging team trying to balance their books under a new manager. They've done some panic signings in the last few weeks, and trying to integrate the new players into the team will still take a while. And like my co-analyst said, that it's the theatre of dreams, but the theatre of dreams to me is a familiar terrain for Arsenal. Okay. They are used to going to theatre of dreams in recent times and coming out with victory. So I think Arsenal is going to take the day.
Okay, that's a nice one. Okay, and with your comment, I would love to add up a little bit Talking about Arsenal, yes, Arsenal are on a great form. They are they are in the form of their life, yes, and they are bargaining goals with Gabriel Jesus, Saka, Odega, Martinelli, Saliba, and the rest. They are good. But I would love to put it to you that, like Manchester United are a team full of surprises. Like you look at it like the Manchester United versus Liverpool fan, everybody thought like it was going to be an easy ride for Liverpool, but it turned out to be a different thing. During Alex Ferguson's era, I'm talking on the neutral side. During Alex Ferguson's era, it was a different ball game. You know, if you look at it, when Manchester United, even if they are in their worst form, Arsenal finds it very, very difficult to beat Manchester United. It's after Alex Ferguson that I see Manchester United dropping. And the thing is, from the previous season and this season, Manchester United worst form has been from the away. But you look at them winning 2 away matches out of home and then coming to beat them at Old Trafford. And I think with the addition of Casemiro and Antonio, the Brazilian, then Ronaldo was added in the last match, and then he shows more enthusiasm and everything. So I was thinking like it's going to be like a very difficult game for everybody. It's an interesting game, like I bet. It's going to be very, very difficult. I can't predict the winner. The Manchester United are full of surprises. And then when it comes to Arsenal, they're always having that ride over them. And if you look at last season, Manchester United versus Man City, they were in their best. Man City were in their best form. But then, you know, Manchester United even still had something to write on about. So, I think that match is not going to be like easy. It's not going to be an easy race. Because I know that Manchester United is going to like, they've not introduced Casemiro as a starter and Anthony. And then I believe that their aim is to introduce Anthony and Casemiro at Old Trafford. Before we proceed to our fans out there, for your contribution and comments and predictions, you can reach us on 081 6502 6591. I'll take it again. 081 6502 6591. You get it? So keep your calls coming in. Thank you. And Alfred, what are you envisaging, or what is your predicted lineup against Arsenal for tomorrow? Who are you expected to see in the attacking line, the defensive, the midfield, and the defensive aspect?
Well, the defensive line, I don't think it's going to change. It's still going to remain the same thing.
Yeah.
That would be Dalot starting from the right hand side.
Okay.
What's his name? Rafael Varane and Lisandro, 5 and 6. And then Malaysia from 3. And then in the midfield, I'll be expecting Casemiro to start.
Okay.
Why Anthony start at the
left or right?
The right hand side.
Okay, flank, yes.
Why Sancho stays at the left hand side, right side.
So what happens to Ronaldo and?
I believe Ronaldo will be at the starting lineup.
Okay. Because the last match I didn't see Rashford being that good. Till when they introduced Ronaldo, and then that was when we started seeing Rashford being that good. Okay, on the other hand, Mr. Sorry, I got Evans.
Yeah.
What do you predict? What's the predicted lineup for Arsenal?
Yeah, I think Arsenal will actually stick to their winning lineup, except for a few players that are out because of injuries. So I see Tierney starting from the left full back in place of Zinchenko, and I see Lokonga taking the place of Partey, who is out injured in the midfield.
Partey is out, and I think Martins Odegaard.
Odegaard
picked him up.
Yeah, but I think they were waiting for some clarifications for late fitness test to ascertain if he will be available for the match or not. But even in his absence, Smith-Rowe is back to fitness, so he can come into play. They can even switch and bring in another striker to play from behind. So there are so many players available for Arsenal. Vieira is a new addition to the club, and he's back from injury. So I think Arsenal won't be short of options, even in the midfield or any other position. From the right full back, White was substituted in the last match, but I think they might decide to start him if he's fit, or Tomiyasu is back to his feet, and he can still start from the position. So I think Arsenal are coming up with a formidable team.
Yeah, before we proceed to the head-to-head, analysis, this thing, I would love to look at the assertion, like this thing going on, like, okay, they said this is not Chelsea preview, but then it has to do with Arsenal. Arsenal fans have been coming up with this comment that, okay, Chelsea always have to do with their exes. Why are Chelsea always going for their exes? And when you look at it, to me, that's what my comment is. Most of the Arsenal exes, Chelsea buy them from other clubs, and they sell them out, and then aside that, Chelsea have always been going on Arsenal's exes, but they'll be doing, like, when they get those Arsenal exes, they'll be doing incredibly well, and they give them a lot of trophies that, okay, maybe medals that they couldn't get from Arsenal. So what do you say?
Yeah, I think football. I think the joy of football is winning trophies, actually.
Yeah.
But there is more to football than winning trophies.
Like,
there are players that left Arsenal, they go to clubs, they won trophies, but their careers were thwarted. Okay, so there are two things we put into consideration. As you are going to a club to win trophy, what happens to your career? There are people that won trophies from the bench.
Okay.
I don't know if you understand my point.
But Oliver Giroud won the trophy, not seated on the bench.
Okay.
These are the Spaniards. Fabregas, Ashley Cole, and the rest. They won with Chelsea not sitting on the bench.
In the case of Fabregas, he left Arsenal to Barcelona.
Yes.
He left Barcelona because he noticed his playing time was being limited. Okay. So he saw Chelsea as a fallback option and came back to Chelsea.
But then on the other hand, if Arsenal has had this long relationship of transaction with Chelsea. And besides, Chelsea are one of their rivals. And then when Arsenal gets a player from Chelsea, the player hardly does well.
Players came from Chelsea to Arsenal and played very well. Gallas came, he became even the captain of Arsenal.
Of course.
Who should I talk about again? William came, he couldn't really do well, he left. Then, but I think Gallas stood out.
No, Gallas stood out.
Well.
Peter Cech stood out.
Peter Cech came, he did well.
So when you look at David Luiz,
David Luiz, in his first season, he was okay. He played and he contributed his own part to the club. And if you look at the age David Luiz came to Arsenal, I think he had already seen the peak of his career and everything at that point.
Okay, on the updates, Liverpool versus Everton live, 82 minutes into the game, and it's still goalless draw. Wow. You can still reach us on the phone number for your comments and reaction and prediction. 081 6502 6591. 081 6502 6591. And let's look at Arsenal versus Manchester United prediction. Head-to-head. Okay. Head-to-head for Arsenal. Arsenal versus Manchester United, they've played like 60 matches in all with 18 draws. Manchester United going with a total win of 25 matches. 17 from home, that's at Old Trafford, winning 8 at Emirates. While Arsenal, on the other hand, they've had 17 wins in total, 13 at home, and 4 matches at Old Trafford. But looking at the recent meetings, Arsenal won Manchester United 3-1 at Emirates. That is on Saturday, 23rd of April 2002. And Manchester United won Arsenal 3-2. That was on Thursday, 2nd of December 2001 at Old Trafford. And Arsenal versus Manchester United was a barren draw, which is goalless draw, Saturday, 30th of January 2001 at Emirates Stadium. Manchester United lost again to Arsenal on Sunday, 1st of November 2020 at Old Trafford, 1-0. Arsenal won Manchester United again 2-0 on Wednesday, 1st of January 2020 at Emirates Stadium. To sum it up, Arsenal have 3 wins, Manchester United have 1 and 1 draw. And looking at the form guide from their last 5 matches, Manchester United have had 3 wins, like we said from the start, 0 draws, no draw, and lost 2 matches. And Arsenal have won 5, drew no match, and lost none. And that's to say that Arsenal have been 5/5. So now, let's say this is a very difficult match. It's been a fantastic start for Arsenal, and Manchester United are fairly well, and let's say they are coming back into the game because they started so poor. They started poorly, like in their first 2 matches. And it's a game that all the fans and everybody will be looking at. The pundit will be looking at this match. Everybody will be looking at this match. All the fans will be looking at this match, saying who is going to be the winner here. They both have a very good side. And like I said before, initially, Manchester United are full of pulling strings. And I tell you, even at Man City last season, and even their first win against Liverpool was a very huge one and a boost for them. So to me now, my very prediction, I think I'll be going on either a 1-1 draw or a 2-2 draw. Because if you look at Arsenal has been scoring a whole lot of goals. Like most of their matches is 2-1, 2 goals above. So it's going to be like it's going to be like a goal scoring match. Either 1-1 or 2-2. But I don't even seeing a barren draw for this match. Mr. Alfred has to go with you again. What's your prediction for this very game?
Well, if you ask me my prediction, I'll have to speak about it a little bit.
Okay.
If you've seen in our past matches, Manchester United defense has been very formidable in the past matches. The coach has really done so well. The Lisandro Martinez and Varane pairing is actually paying off. So I don't actually see Arsenal scoring in that match. I'm seeing Man U winning the match. It goes to 0.
Okay.
It goes to 0 because Man U on the attacking side is not that sharp yet. But the midfield defense, they're doing very well. But then the scoring angle of it will not improve that well in that aspect. So I'm seeing Man U coming out 1-0 up top.
Okay, Mr. Agada Evans, what's your prediction for this match?
I see a 2-2 draw.
Okay.
Arsenal is an all-scoring club. The defenders are scoring, the midfielders, the strikers, and everybody.
Gabriel Jesus has been like very aggressive. He goes up,
Martinelli
drops
getting
down,
the goals. Odegaard from the midfield, Saliba, and Gabriel from the defense again are all scoring. So I see a 2-2 draw.
Yeah, I've watched Arsenal a couple of games and then they've been like very aggressive in attacking this thing. Manchester United have not been scoring goals like that, Mr. Alfred, and I tell you, yes, the defensive line has been very impressive with the introduction of Varane and then Martinez, and then Dalot on the other hand with Malaysia. They've been very good. Going off from, you see this person, they dropped this English, they've dropped Luke Shaw, they've dropped Harry Maguire and Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka has been very good defensively, but like with tackles and all, but he's not this attacking minded player. I look at it in this current dispensation, coaches that are attacking minded, like with the tactics of Erik ten Hag, they look at the players and they want players that, okay, the defensive line, the defenders will add options to the attacking line. And I tell you, that is why it will be very difficult for these guys to come in except one of them is injured or except they change their mindset of the game. Looking at Harry Maguire, in our maiden edition, in our first preview Manchester United vs Liverpool, which Mr. Alfred, you were on the session with us, and we talked about Harry Maguire's pairing with other defenders. See Harry Maguire coming with a... Okay, hold on a second, let me pick this call. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Yeah,
Good.
good afternoon. Yeah, this is FansMade. Welcome to FansMade live preview of the
I want to
match.
predict the match.
Sorry, who am I on to?
I
What's
want
the
to,
name?
I want to predict the match. I want to predict the match. Man U versus Arsenal.
Okay, Manchester United versus Arsenal. Sorry, what's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Olapesola Yinka, and I'm calling from Ibadan.
Okay, from Ibadan. Welcome to the show. What's your contribution and the prediction for the show? Showdown at Old Trafford tomorrow.
My prediction is Manchester United 1 and Arsenal 2.
Okay, Manchester United 1, Arsenal 2. That's a very nice one. Your prediction. Is there any contribution or comment you have to make for the game from our studio, from our analysis and everything? Is there any other contribution you want to make?
Yeah, about the match. Why I said Arsenal will win is that Arsenal, they are 6 years old. They are 6 years old. So they want to go alone. They don't want to leave it.
Okay, that's nice. Thank you very much for calling. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay, that is one of our fans from Ibadan calling to predict Manchester United 1, Arsenal 2. Thank you very much for your contribution. And it's 90 minutes plus 6, 90 minutes from Everton versus Liverpool. It's still goalless draw. Wow. Mr. Agada, you said something before the call.
I was actually trying to say something about Arsenal. You see, they've started the league very well. They have a 100% win record.
Yeah.
Arsenal will want to stick to that record.
Yeah.
On the side of Man United, just like I said earlier, they are a resurging team.
Yeah.
They are trying to balance the books. Eric Ten Hag is new to the EPL. He has brought in a couple of new players.
Yeah.
So
Basically,
the integration is not really there yet.
Yeah.
But Arsenal, if you look at the starting team of Arsenal, just 1 or 2 players are new to the club.
Exactly.
And Arteta has been there with the boys. They understand the philosophy of the coach and they understand the tempo of the EPL.
True that.
So I don't see Arsenal losing the match. I don't see Arsenal losing the match. Might have their home advantage and everything.
Yeah.
The fans will be behind them and they will play to please the fans and everybody and to justify the recent investments of the owners of the club and the injection of funds into the club. But Arsenal are hungry.
Yeah.
I see a hungry team in Arsenal. The zeal and the passion the boys are playing with is something else. So I don't see Arsenal losing to a club like Manchester United at this stage of the league. And remember this, the last time Arsenal visited Old Trafford in the 6th week of the season, they went unbeaten, and that was in 2003. Okay. And I see the same thing happening today again.
Oh yeah, do you think Arsenal coming to revenge? Was it 6-1? Manchester United have to give to them like a couple of years ago. I think
That was years ago.
Yeah, so you know the thing, the pain. Arsenal is still choked. They are still like, you know now, however it is, now they will still want to take that revenge on Manchester United. Do you see Arsenal coming to like trying to revenge a 6-1? Before you comment, to all our fans there, our viewers out there, you can still call us to predict and comment on the match preview, Manchester United versus Arsenal tomorrow, which is Sunday by 4:30 p.m. We would love to hear your contribution, your predictions on the match. 081-6502-6591. The number again, 081-6502-6591. Do you see Arsenal coming to like trying to get a revenge on Manchester United?
Arsenal is coming to win, and the least they can leave Old Trafford with is a draw. And Arsenal is going to score no less than 2 goals. Okay. It's something I'm sure of. So we are not coming. Arsenal is not coming to revenge any 8-2 whatsoever scoreline. Arsenal is coming to do what they are doing better at the moment, and they won't do it bad. So I am still confident. I'm still very optimistic that Arsenal is leaving Old Trafford with at least a point.
Wow, coming from a die-hard fan, and I take it that okay, looking at the Arsenal, the boys are really, really good. They are young, they are energetic, they are bonded together, and then they are trying to, like, you know, prove a point to all their critics out there. And I think it okay. What happens if Arsenal gets involved in Carabao, FA Cup, and I think they are in Europa League, and then the Premier League? What happens when all these games comes to take a huge toll on them, and injury like coming to like pile up on them? Because when you see if Gabriel Jesus goes down, or the Martinelli, Odegaard, Saliba has been very, very solid, and the rest of them. What happens when injury come calling on Arsenal? Do you really see a change? Or there's maybe like a psychological effect on it. If Manchester United win Arsenal tomorrow, what would that have to, as in what would that tell on Arsenal?
If Arsenal should lose,
yes,
which I know is not possible, but if they should,
yes,
they will still bounce back.
Okay.
If you look at the present Arsenal team, there is something they've lacked in the previous seasons that is back to the club.
Which is?
If you notice before, Arsenal hardly comes from behind to win a match.
True that.
But if you look at their recent matches, look at the Fulham match, they came from behind to score. Villa leveled up in the second half, it was 1-1. Few minutes after that, they geared up to get a goal and eventually win the match. So the zeal and the passion the boys have right now, the boys are playing with determination and everything. Then the boys they brought in, the Gabriel Jesus, the Zinchenko and everybody, they are boys that are used to the EPL already. Unlike Manchester United that is bringing in players from the Dutch league and other leagues around Europe. Those players need to first integrate, first study and understand the EPL.
Hold on. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Please do call us back. I can hardly hear you from your end.
So I see Arsenal having a more balanced team than
You know, there's
Manchester
this thing,
United.
before I come to you, Alfred, there's this psychological effect. Yeah, it is very, very important. It's very imperative in football. Let's say, when you guys are winning, there's this self-belief and self-trust in yourself. I take it out. Anybody that has... Hold up. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. This is welcome to Fans Meet Live match preview of Manchester United versus Arsenal tomorrow. Who am I on to, please?
Okay, you are speaking with Basil, right? I'm calling from Boku, Benefit, precisely.
Oh, okay. Welcome to the show.
And I'm also watching you guys live.
Oh, okay.
On Fans Meet.
Thank you very much. And what's your contribution? Yeah, we can hear you. I say thank you very much for calling on the show. What is your contribution and the prediction for Arsenal versus Manchester United tomorrow?
Okay, for my own contribution, I think that the match is going to be a 50-50 game.
Okay.
Because Arsenal, they are also in good form, and Manchester United also has regained from...
Whoa.
We lost you.
Sorry, we've lost that call due to network error. Please do endeavor to call us back. Sorry for that. And he said it's going to be a 50-50 game. Basically, the score lines are going to be like the same. Either goalless, 1-1, 2-2, 5-5, whatever the score line is. But he said it's going to be like a 50-50 game, which is, give and take, it's a difficult game, like we said. Thank you very much. Do call us back. Please, we'll be expecting your call. Thank you very much. Mr. Alfred, what do you have to... Before we go on, wow. Is the final whistle has been blown. Everton versus Liverpool, full time, goalless draw. 0-0 at the other hand. Next is Chelsea. Are you staying with us for the updates? What do you have to say? If Manchester United win win Arsenal tomorrow, what would I have to tell on Manchester United? What would the win do to Manchester United players out there and the fans? And then, on the other hand, if Manchester United lose to Arsenal. What effect would that take on Manchester United?
Well, to answer your question, I'll first of all deviate a bit. Arsenal, as it stands, they are the team with the target on their back. They are under pressure, not United at the moment.
Okay.
Arsenal are the team under pressure. They're the ones who have a point to prove. We've lost 2 matches already. We're trying to catch up. We have a team, we're still building a team.
Okay.
You understand? Arsenal right now is the team for everybody to beat. And again, without disrespect to any of the teams Arsenal have met before, but I don't think Arsenal have met a team like Man U in their previous matches. So this is going to be their first biggest test of the season as well. This is one of the matches which, if you're going to pick a match to rate how the season is going to look in future, I think this is the match everybody's going to use to analyze what they're going to do in the future. So I personally, I don't think the outcome of the match is going to affect Man U players psychologically. That being, they've already lost. Yeah. Man U have good players, big players like Varane, Casemiro, and the rest who have tested the fit time and again, and who know how to pick themselves up after from a defeat, after losing the match, they know how to pick them. So I don't see that affecting the psychology of Man U. Arsenal, on the other part, I don't see that affecting their psychology either because they have a very good coach. They have good players as well, but then I always like, last time when I came, I said it and I'm still repeating it, they have a good coach who have been under the tutelage of Pep Guardiola. He has seen almost everything. So I don't think it will affect them psychologically too. But I still insist, I still maintain my score that Man U are going to come out victorious at the end of 90 minutes tomorrow.
Okay, due to time constraint, because we want to go with you, give you update on Chelsea versus West Ham, 3 p.m. So the session won't be that long. We have a very short session today. But I still bet you we're still going to come back again and again, time after time, for every huge or big match at for the prediction and the live show with fans meet. And talking about psychological effect for Manchester United, they've tested they have big players and all that stuff, and Manchester United have been playing like Arsenal, their goalkeeper, Liverpool, Man City. Look at Bayern Munich. The keeper is a +1 when you want to start your game from the back, from the defensive line. You understand? You drop a pass to the keeper. And looking at it, Gabriel Jesus has been very, very aggressive and very, very tactical, and then he doesn't get tired. He's a machine. Now, when it comes to David De Gea has been very, very poor. Right from the time they bought David De Gea, David De Gea is very, very poor with set pieces. You understand? Some keepers like Edison and this Man City, Liverpool goalkeeper, they come off their lines to pick up the balls. You understand? David De Gea will have to restrict himself, confide in his own line instead of coming out to pick the balls. And then he's been very, very poor. You cannot when you start the game, if you give David De Gea a bad pass, he does as if maybe somebody has been handed over a hot pot of yam or porridge of yam, and then he's so loose, and I don't know how to put it down. But then you see giving out look at the pass, there's this match, okay, he gave it to Eriksen. Yeah. Eriksen was playing the defense. That was what resulted to the goal. You understand? Eriksen is not an aggressive player, he's not a tactical player. He is a playmaker. He gives the final passes to the final third. So you understand? So now Manchester United have gotten, this person was Newcastle first choice. Now they've gotten another goalkeeper, and then Manchester United went for him. And then now I think Manchester is looking at that additional option whereby a keeper have to go off his line, come off his line, and then receive passes and give it to them. Look at during Alex Ferguson era, you look at Edwin van der Sar. There are some passes a keeper like will have to assist. He flings it to the distance. But when David De Gea is giving a back pass, you look at him like, okay, it's either he gives a 41, he can't locate a player out there, it's either he gives a 40 pass or he flings it off the pitch. He plays it off. And I think looking at that, David De Gea having Martinez and Varane, yes, he has to give them credit there. He had them to thank for the clean sheet he has done in a couple of matches. But I still take it that Manchester United, David De Gea has been very, very poor in the set pieces and in terms of additional player to the team. And I see David De Gea, like, if he has Gabriel Jesus is an aggressive player, he's fast and he runs over and defends. You know, defensive line has to start from attack to the midfield and then to the back four. And then I see David De Gea going with the arrows. And then Ferguson said that time that if you lose a ball, if you give away the ball, it takes you like 2 to 3 minutes for you to get the ball back. And at the third end, maybe my result to a goal. You get it? So I see David De Gea coming up with a few errors there. He's good with all these massive and impressive saves. The last one, I think he said, I dedicate this to my mother and to myself for having that great save when they saved against Leicester save. Yeah, that was his best save in that match. So what do you, how do you see De Gea? Is De Gea going to be like replaced with the recent Manchester United group which they've gotten from Newcastle? Because it will be a very, very good boost to Manchester United. Because when you don't have to come off your lines to pick some set pieces, they've called Man U on countless occasions through set pieces, and you understand these errors of giving back pass, when you give it to the goalkeeper, then he flings it, the reminder to the loss, they have to defend it, or it results to an error which they will capitalize on that. I think that's perhaps having the aggressive attackers from the flank to the attack.
To respond to that, there is no 100% goalkeeper anywhere in the world. Every goalkeeper has its own weakness. Okay. I think I spoke a bit about this the last time I was in the studio. David De Gea, before Man U bought Maguire, I didn't know that David De Gea had problems with kicking the ball out until Man U got De Gea. Maguire. And I've seen De Gea was scared of always passing the ball to Harry Maguire. While trying to give another person that is already marked.
Lack of self-confidence.
Yes, the other person that's already marked, that's where we used to have problems. But as you can see in our last 2 matches, what happened in Brighton match, the Brighton match, that 2 of the back passes resulted into a goal. We tried to contest that. Now we're no longer starting from the defense. We're kicking the ball out. Yes. So I actually don't think, well, he has a problem with set pieces. He doesn't come out to contest the ball against strikers. Yeah. He's weak. He doesn't bring in that force to make the strikers give way for him like other keeper come out with everything.
Sorry, and I fear when it comes, when Man U face Man City, you know, this person, Erling Haaland, is a tall, huge giant striker.
Yes.
And then if he doesn't come off his line to pick the passes, you know,
of course,
Haaland is very, very good with heading and stuff.
When, as a coach, you have to know each player you're meeting. Each striker you're meeting, you have to know their strengths and their weaknesses. You know your keeper doesn't come out the line to play ball. So fine, if you're meeting a striker like Haaland, you place with somebody that has height and who's aggressive to, who won't allow him. Person like Haaland, that's just a deviation. I'm just responding to what you say. So I believe that's the job of the coach, knowing fully well that this is the Gea's problem now. And he's the best we've got as it stands, because the Pravka, I think that's his name, I've forgotten the new goalkeeper we got from Newcastle. He's a good goalkeeper actually, but I don't see him replacing De Gea anytime soon. As it stands, De Gea still remains our number 1. And you mentioned Alisson and Ederson. Those 2 goalkeepers, I've seen Alisson commit mistake while trying to dribble ball twice. They collected the ball. The ones I've seen that they collected the ball from his leg to score. I've seen Ederson commit similar error too. So like I said, there is no perfect goalkeeper anywhere in the world.
Okay. But I'm telling you, from the current dispensation of football, goalkeepers are an addition. Sometimes you see instead of 4, 1 defender pushes up and then the 2 have to be in the middle. The left and the right back comes to receive the ball. But now in the case of De Gea, they have to drop back into the 18-yard box to collect the ball instead of them being off outside the box to retrieve this ball and move on the counter. Sometimes when the defenders or midfielders draw closer to choke you guys off from the halfway, then the keeper now goes for a long one. And you see the striker going to beat one or two, he goes he goes before them and then pick the pass to let it go. The guy doesn't do that. He said that when he goes for a long one, he's off the pitch. Mr. Agada Evans, what do you have to react to this the girl and stuff with the set pieces and ball walking?
Yeah, I think just like my co-analyst here said, there's no goalkeeper that is 100%.
Perfect, yeah.
But as it stands, I think De Gea remains Manchester United
#1
first choice goalkeeper.
Okay. Yeah.
If you look at the saves, he's a keeper that does saves. You imagine how come he did. I remember there was a time somebody said even De Gea's feet is worth about £30 million. He saves with every part of his body.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think it is not too late for him
Sorry,
to
like I said, even from the inception, before I started this, I said De Gea, in terms of saves, he's been like impressive, like he's great with that saves and everything. With his hands, legs. There was a time like when he came to Manchester United, he was nicknamed the Flying Spaniard.
Yeah.
You understand? But the deformity he has is the ball walking deformity.
I think when you are a coach and you have a player, you should understand how technical the player is.
Yeah.
If you understand you have a player you cannot build your attack from the back with, then you change. You change to a system of football where you can build from the defenders. He drops the ball to the defenders and they picks it up from there. If you look at the glory days of Barcelona with Pep Guardiola and everything, you see Valdes doing more of, I think Valdes was called a keeper that gives assists.
Okay, before I come back to you, Mr. Agada, sorry. Please, to our viewers out there, we're having issues with our phone lines. You can comment on the video session. Put all your comments or predictions, your comments for your contributions and predictions to the match. Because if you can get us through the line, you're having technical errors from the back end. So comment on the video session for your prediction and your contribution to the match preview. Thank you.
So there was a time Barcelona were building their attacks from the back.
Yeah.
They had a keeper in person of Valdes who was good at long and distant passes.
Stegen is good too.
It's a kind of philosophy for the club. Yeah. And I think every coach that comes to Barcelona tries to stick to that philosophy, that he needs a goalkeeper that has to send long balls from the back. Yeah. Then if you're a coach that has a goalkeeper like De Gea playing under you, you have to understand that, okay, this is a keeper that is weak in this very aspect.
Then we'll capitalize on that. Arsenal will capitalize on that.
When you know the kind of keeper you have, then you shouldn't always be concerned about sending.
Once the ball is given to De Gea, I know that it's like, okay, maybe you are playing, you do ball, you ball once in a while, you ball too. When you see that, okay, this very player doesn't have a good ball control, once they give that person, once the pass is given to that person, once the person is located,
there's a pressure.
Oh, sorry. You mount a much more pressure. You rush to that person because you know that, okay, if you take this guy, excuse me, this guy 2 or 3 attempts for him to have that ball settled. You understand? It's the same thing we're talking about De Gea. I know that once the back pass is forward, is backwarded to De Gea, all the attackers or everybody which is attacking or being on the ball, we have to rush to De Gea for him to commit that error. Is either he plays away or he gives a wrong pass to the opponent. That is what I'm talking about. Won't Arsenal capitalize on that deformity?
Definitely they will. Definitely they will. Okay. And when like you talked about set pieces, Arsenal still capitalize on it. You in football, you look at your opponent's weakness and you capitalize on it.
Yeah, because okay, before I contribute, the deformity of De Gea. Don't you think Arsenal will capitalize on?
Well, like I said earlier, in our last 2 matches, I think we've tried to restrict the back passing.
I will give credit to Martinez.
Yes, we've tried to restrict that a lot. So I don't see that happening too.
And congratulations to Martinez. I think he's the Manchester United player.
Yes, he has won the Manchester.
Yeah, and I tell okay now. I tell you that the girl stuff. And the last one you see the girl and this person Harry Maguire. They didn't get along very well. Do you see Harry Maguire coming into the starting 11?
Maguire, I don't see Maguire playing for Man, except Capital One Cup and the rest FA Cup. He might get a chance to play in one of. Profeta is already concerned about his future for the England national team.
Yes, that is what I was trying to talk about. You see, when everybody's like, rest the girl, rest this one, his pairing has been very, very poor, irrespective of whosoever he's been paired to. Now, as the girl is rested, Luke Shaw is rested, all these English players have been rested for Manchester United because of their lack of form and self-belief. Now everybody is giving credit to Eric Ten Hag, but I bet you in a short while, everybody will come crushing or come hitting on Eric Ten Hag because of World Cup. Why are they resting this way?
Rovena started that already.
The English media
that is the problem.
Rovena started that.
They are English players playing in their own locality. So there is this belief there should always be a consideration for homegrown talents and the rest.
When they are not doing well.
I'm looking at the future of the national team too. So I see the English media coming in against Eric Ten Hag. So.
And other clubs, they still have other English players doing well at the other club. So you see, I don't know.
I don't see Maguire coming back into that team. Ten Hag is somebody he's a stubborn guy. He has a philosophy and his beliefs in his philosophy. A coach that has the tenacity, the heart to bench Cristiano Ronaldo, is it 3 matches?
Yeah.
3 matches, and he doesn't even bother. He brings him on when he feels like it.
Yeah.
The coach that has the tenacity to bench his captain, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was the one who appointed Maguire as the captain. But then when Maguire wasn't performing well, he didn't have the heart to do that. This our last coach, what's his name again? That left. This one I came in interim, Radlich.
Okay.
Radlich came in, he didn't have the heart to bench Maguire either. But then when this man came, he told Maguire that yeah, you're the captain, that's true, but then you have to prove it. You are not in my first team. And he's doing it. So I don't see the media campaign working on him.
Okay. You have a different opinion. You know how the English, the legends, the pundit, the media, the journalists, you know what they normally do.
I've always believed in a coach.
I'm talking about them coming to attack. Now they are praising him, and then very soon
it will happen, definitely. In a short while, it will.
And what would I have to tell Manchester United?
It will affect the psychology of the club.
Okay, due to time constraints, our fellow fans out there, you have to stick with us for the match updates for Chelsea versus West Ham, which is 3 p.m. Nigerian time. Thanks a bunch for watching this preview. It's Manchester United versus Arsenal match preview, or game preview rather. And the very match is slated for tomorrow, Sunday, 4th of September 2002, and the time is 4:30 p.m. Keep a date with us for more updates. And to me, I want to say my prediction was 1-1 or 2-2. But if it has to go, any team has to win, may the best team win. That is all. Thank you very much, Mr. Alfred, for honoring our invitation, for having you on the show. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Mr. Agada Evans, thanks a lot too. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah, thank you very much out there. We had you big time. Okay, thank you very much to our viewers out there. We had you big time. Thanks for your contribution. Thanks for your calls. Thanks for your comments. And before we dash out, please don't forget to follow us all on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter, or at Fansmeed, FANSMEED, Fansmeed. And easy does it. You can equally make easy money at your beck and call, at the comfort of your home, with your phone, with your system, computer. Name fansmeet.com to play our quiz. Basically, right now on this website, on the site, it's the free side. The paid side is very soon come up, and then I play on the free side. Select your favorite club: Manchester, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Barcelona, and the rest. Answer our questions from stage 1 to stage 5. Once you get to stage 5, before you play, screenshot the stage 5, forward it to our WhatsApp number, which is on our graphics, and your account will be credited. You'll be rewarded for your knowledge. This is not like any other bet. It's not a betting platform. It's a quiz session, a quiz platform where knowledge is knowledge. What you know is what you know. There are no odds for luck to follow, or to fail you out, or let's say like to push you down or something like that, or so knowledge is knowledge. What you know is what you know. It will never be changed. So answer our quiz, win the whole history, screenshot and send it to our WhatsApp number, which is on the graphics on our Facebook channel, and you will be rewarded handsomely. Thank you very, 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 very much. We really appreciate. The website again, www.fansmeed.com, FANSMEED, fansmeed.com, and play our quiz. Play, learn, and win is the tag. He's been your very host, Dennis Crusher, and see you on the next one. Thank you very much.